Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're watching right around the world. Well, it's looking a bit different here this evening, but after having a night off, we're back for round 5 of this GT3 Championship. It's Kid Buyers Racing League Season 6. As we look at Nismo there, just drifting ever so slightly through the parabolica there on that occasion. A little bit of a scruffy lap from him as I welcome my co-commentator, of course, from Carrum Downs in Jason Wilkinson. Wilco, we are very much naked tonight, of course, without the overlays and the chat that the wonderful Andrelli gives us here on this channel, but still we're live nonetheless, mate. It's great to have you here as Chippenden goes to the top. Now Vibesy, now Norms, with a 149.4. Good evening to you, my friend.
Yes, it's a bit of a strange one tonight. We've got no voodoo in our corner to bounce stuff off. At this stage I'm going to race, but if it gets too complicated, maybe I'll just sort of have a commentary night on the couch. But yeah, the round 5 tonight, GT3s. We missed out last night, but we had Norm take the win in that series. I can get the full results up in a sec, but yeah, pro-ams and ams are out on track now. We're probably looking for these guys maybe like a low to mid 48 would probably be a good time for this class.
As we've got no car sounds coming through there from someone awesome. Thank you, Nigerian Prince. Turn them on again so people can still earn points. Of course, I never thought about that. Oh, JJ at the Lesmo corner there. A track that Jason has been...
Do our own car noises if you want.
Zoom, zoom. So we'll go, seriously though, we'll go
Options.
Game sound.
Yeah, just go options, audio, and then master. Probably just chuck that up a bit.
And there we go. We'll go halfway between the two, or is that for me? Thank you, Stone Harbour. Hello to you, someone awesome. We're working out the audio issues at the moment. Options, audio, master. What do we want that up to, Wilco?
What's it on? I'm delayed on your stream.
And we'll go 50 there, and we will go back to the...
There is car sound, they're just a bit quiet, which is not too bad. You can hear the beautiful tones of yourself, mate.
Is that a bit better, folks? Let us know. No, we're going to keep the people happy as Pearl Stone Harbour there has joined us. How good is that? JJ across the line. 50, all good now. Thank you, someone awesome. Let us know if I'm loud, quiet, soft, or indifferent. This is, of course, a split qualifying, which you're taking part in, Jason. We learnt, didn't we?
Sorry, I was just about to say don't go too soft to me, Trev, but it's alright, keep going. Yes, I will be doing quali tonight. Running the Lexus with my mate Mac. He's in the Lexus too, so give it a whirl. It's got some straight line speed, but it's not very good in the middle sector. But should be a fun night. I want to have some fun battles with the lads.
Yes, I won't be going soft, as your voice is perfect to me. Says, geez, how do I get these? I'm into something called Chinese whispers. What's all that about? I don't know where I am or what's going on. But anyway, oh yes, your voice is perfect, Trev, says Matthew Simmons, 2015 GT Academy champion. And Chuck Norris prefers Trev hard, if you know what I mean. Okay, that's interesting, but thank you nonetheless, Nigerian Prince. And that is a man who dug up his front yard and now he calls it the Grand Canyon. Giggity, giggity, says Matt Simmons. And we've still got people watching. And I think Hainsey was just saying, my son, God bless you, my son. I'm so happy you didn't stream yesterday because I wasn't feeling well. But apparently he let me down again, Jason.
Yes, so qualifying, we had Hainsey get pole by 6/10 over Norm, Mayo, Matt, and Good Vibes were the top 5. And then in the race, unfortunately, Hainsey exit staged left, I think it was, or right, or maybe it was both, into turn 1 on lap 2. So on the results, it's saying he's got a DNF, but we had Norm take the win. 3 seconds behind him. You don't know those results, Trev. So take a step in the dark. Who was P2 behind there? Because it's not the guy you're going to think.
I have absolutely no idea what the hell is going on. So please,
Mr. Mayo.
Mr.
Was yeah, he was in P2, so he had a really good race. Matt come home in P3 in that very bad 20 k's heavier than it should have been Porsche. But we've already moved on from that, haven't we, Matt? Good Vibes in 4th, Sean in 5th, and then we had Sideways Pole with Craig, Smitty, Jimbo, and Exodus rounding out the 10, with Nick, Nismo, and Chipperton, and then had too many. Danny in 15th there. But it's all about these boys. We've got 1 minute to go. Currently, Kilroy is just ahead of Sean and Mark. And Jimbo, again, who had a really good quality last night. He loves his quality laps around here, Jimbo. It's the race laps was very seems to go wrong, but he's sitting P4 at the moment, which is quite a handy time for an Anglo.
Very handy time indeed. Into the 48s here, a couple of these guys. Kilroy, Shawnee, and 48.6 there for Mark. And someone awesome. No practice before tonight. I might be at the back again. If I can speak English, that would be fantastic. Hainsey says, I didn't let you down in the race. It was a before the race problem. Thank you, my son. Say 3 Hail Marys. And Matthew Simmons, VIP, first King Matthew Simmons, as it's telling me here on the chat, says, we have Wilco, which means we love you. Now, we are approaching, isn't that nice and warm and fuzzy here? We are approaching the 12-minute mark, which, Jason, it means that these guys are going to be coming in shortly, doesn't it?
Yeah, so I think Sean and Exo are the last cars. They just crossed the line then. So 232 is Vance, which is Greeny. He's always watching from his workplace. He's able to race tonight, so he's going to be the first car across the line to finish his lap, and he jumps up to 10th. Hopefully he knows the rule that he should be. Yes, he is. I can hear him slowing down now. So here comes Kilroy. Oh, he goes back up to first, and then Jimbo coming through the last corner. Can't improve. So Sniper, Nismo, and Saint Sim are the next 3 cars to cross the line.
And let's have a look now. What do we got? Nismo in there as well. Saint Sim. Don't forget, if you're out there lurking, consider following the stream. We love you more, Matt Simmons, as here comes Nismo. And is this one of those circuits, Jace, where you've just got to really give it some gus, or is there lots of very quick circuit, isn't it?
I've never driven around this circuit before, Trev, so no idea. Don't know which way it goes.
It took you a while to come back down to earth. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen out there, he didn't even want to. He'd done the real thing. That was it for him. And we could have both retired that day, Wilco, and been very happy, couldn't we? September the 30th, 2023. And what a great day that was. Nismo across the line, inside the top 10 just. And boy, this is very clear. I'm getting a direct feed of this PlayStation. It's actually quite a stunning game, isn't it, with its graphics and everything. But there we go, Mark. And Mark into the pits there. Boy, he made a late lunge for the pit lane. And Craigie across the line. What can he do?
Ooh,
and
up to 5th.
Up to P5 for Craigo in that Ferrari. Interesting pit lane entry, that says the Nigerian Prince. It certainly was. Big shout out to the Nigerian Prince, who cannot communicate with us unless it's by some kind of voodoo curse or some sort of seance or something. But Jason, the week I've had, that's not the sort of stuff I want to be dabbling in.
No, I leave Voodoo and his ability to not talk to him, but I'm sorted and ready to go out for a quali send here in the Alexis.
And let's have a look. I'm telepathically communicating at the moment. Can you hear me now? Yes, I can hear you, Chuck. He's just in the background, isn't he? Ooh, Glenn McGrath. Ooh, Glenn McGrath. Bowling, Shane. Ooh, Glenn McGrath. And that's our Prince. Thank you for the follow, Ico Mac, which is probably some cousin of Little Mac, which could be a combination of Little Bear and Little Mac, or Easy Mac. As anyway, the pro drivers are out onto the circuit, and Jason probably will have to mute me, I would say, because he will be hearing me. Nah, it's fine, mate. Yeah.
You don't hit this. Ready? This is me every time I hit the brakes. You can hear my rig squeak, so I'm going to mute my mic, but I can still hear you. I've done a whole season with you in my year, Trev, and I won the championship. Oh no, I'm pumping on my tyres too much already.
So, there we go. We'll
No,
let you
it's
get
fine.
those brake and gas, right? Gas.
Perfect.
And,
Perfect.
Fabrizio. And there's Wilco there, pumping up, warming up his tyres. And is it anyone else when they're going down the road and someone in front of them's doing 20k, some old person or something? Does anyone weave from side to side and pretend it's a safety car in front of them when someone's in front of them going slowly? Okay, it's just me. I've said too much. As Wilco there, all right, Hainsey, and these guys just getting ready for their laps. Boy, my palms are sweating. And I'll tell you why they're sweating in a second, because thank you for the follow to Mac there. And for following, my comments are just interested in this game, doing a GT4 league. That is fantastic. Thank you for the follow, Ico Mac, and God bless you wherever you are out there watching. Let us know where you're watching from. He is doing a GT4 league, which is, oh, hello there, Hainsey. Bouncy, bouncy, Mr. Bouncy Sausage, and he's bouncing over those sausages, and that's going to be dreadful for his qualifying lap. There is Jason Wilkinson heading down to the Parabolica, and Ico Mac is from Melbourne in Victoria. ACC is great. If you want to jump into anything we do, be sure to check out our weekly series with iDiscord and iEndurance. Ico Mac, that would be fantastic, and one of our little minions will help you in fact, they already have there in Voodoo. Thank you, Chuck Norris, and that is fantastic stuff. They're getting involved, and that's what we want, actually, as I take a breath. With 7 minutes in qualifying, who is the first of this pack? It's the number 55 here in Noodles, and here comes Noodle Bratton now, otherwise known as 2 Minute Noodles to his friends. He's coming round. Big hello to Ico Mac down there in Melbourne, Victoria. Head down that part of the world very often. I'm 2 hours away from there, Mac, in a little country town called Benalla, and horse riding and fishing.
Don't say it, Jason, don't say it.
So you just focus on pumping up your tyres, because, no, we're good God, fear and simple folk down this way, Mac, I'll be honest with you. As there we go, Noodles across the line, and no surprise, jumping up to the top of he rides a T-Rex to work. And that's really funny, as it sounded a bit like Krusty the Clown. And there we go, Figo there. And what's going on there? What's up, Trev? What's up, Jimbo? I'm flying naked and afraid. That's the show, isn't it? Naked and Afraid. And that's how I am this evening. Jimbo there in the pits. And how good is that? Wilco, what's he doing down the back straight here? One of the last guys to get a lap in, as we've got 13 people watching this. God bless you all. And this is how good. They absolutely love it. And Exorcist, lads, and Trev says Exo. And there's no need to be like that, Exo, really, when you think about it. Wilco should just retire, says Jimbo. Oh, hey, Exo, says Mac. And where is Wilco there? Oh, well, this is a man who's been sailing the high seas. Boy, he's rocking into turn one there with a bit of heat on him. There we go, that's for sure. But here's Mac Miller. We'll keep an eye on him as I undo my the top layer. It's just getting a little bit toasty for comfort in this commentary box. Let me just take this off. There we go. There we go. Oh, now I've kicked my dog out of the way. Hang on a second. That's okay, because Mac is, hey Exo, says Ico, Jimbo, Exo, Alpha, Bravo, Oscar, Charlie, Sierra. Oh, and Mac is into the inside wall there, and that could be his qualifying session done and dusted. Nick now in that beautiful Porsche car, meant to type the man, the myth, the legend. Thank you, Exo. What are you being all nice for, Exo? You're an absolute superstar, and it's a pleasure to have you along for this bare bones stream. And there we go, no frills, no channel points. You can earn channel points, but you can't use them there. Boy, Noodles, 47.5, and that is incredible. Let's see what Nick can do across the start-finish line now, only up to 13th. And who's that coming down the back straight there? I think that's Jason Wilkinson. It certainly is. Let's have a look here with Wilco. And Beaky, Now, Beaky, just a quick one. If you saw the message at the top of the show, as we take a look at Wilco around the Parabolica, we don't have any channel points this big because I don't have a PC. It exploded on me. Kabloom! And there were... Oh, Wilco to second position on the timing sheets.
7/10 off the next car.
It's like watching sort of Q3 in the F1, isn't it? Max does his thing and then everyone sort of follows. And a lot of wrist exercise, you dirty man. And not much going on there, mate. Wilco is washed, says the Nigerian Prince EXO. Hey, Mac, what's cracking? Boy, these... I'm reading this off a screen about... a 2-inch bloody iPhone screen here. How good's this? But anyway, we can see what's going on. Enough about Wilco, they're saying. Has Mac been promoted to pro? I think Mac... He has, hasn't he? Yes, he has. He's had a promotion. He's had a pay rise and a promotion. And now he's in the pro class. Let's have a look at Hainsey here. I do think he got a midweek promotion. The Nigerian Prince, don't forget, update. And that sounds a bit like RBT, doesn't it? But yeah, we've got an update on the PC. I can tell you that I will be getting that PC back tomorrow. Just a little bit of a RAM issue. And there we go. I'll be getting that back tomorrow. All good, Trev. I don't join for your points. I join for the quality commentary. How good is that? And Mark, who we know has subscribed because of his little yellow icon, says, nice, well done, Mac. Is Wilco still circulating? He is. Down the back here of the Parabolica. And just as I suspected, glad you're getting it all fixed up and returned tomorrow, which means, Prince, I believe we've got pre-qualifying tomorrow, and then I've got Saturday off, which means we can do the unboxing, which is absolutely fantastic as Wilco comes across the line. What's it going to be? Not an awful lot, but I think he might be having another go there. And perfect timing. That's what life's all about, Nigerian Prince. Ooh-ah. And an ooh-ah Glenn McGrath. And someone needs a lap. They certainly do. But it seems at the moment that this man, we call him 2-minute noodles, but he's a 1:47 noodle at the moment because he is doing very nicely indeed. See you out there lurking. Consider following the stream. Be kind to one another. You could be like AO Mac. Alco Mac. That's right. You could be just like him and follow this stream. And the man from Melbourne is following the stream. Now, can Noodles go quicker? This is the question we've got in front of our very eyes here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a look. Zoom. Here he comes, a 1:47.4. He couldn't go quicker, could he? You bet he can't. Because he's having another go. And let's have a look at that.
Last lap for him, though.
And last lap, all or nothing, Kimmy. And we'll start around the Parabolica now. And don't worry about, I'm not getting emotional, but this man, Willstar, comes across the line. What's it going to be? I think after this man, it's going to be Wilco across the line. And Wilco, is this your last? No, you might get another one in here, I reckon.
I might. We'll see. We'll send it through this last corner and see.
Let's just have a listen to this Lexus noise and see if we can go quicker here with seconds remaining in this session. Here he comes. Out of the Parabolica onto the main straight. Here he goes across the line. He's up to P2. 3, 2, 1, 0. I think he's made it. Green flags. The Italian marshal waving a green flag saying, "You can go again." And that is Italian, meaning you can have another lap, Wilco. But 47.4, Wilco really wringing the nuts off this thing and still is 0.3 of a second further back. And who else have we got here? 55. We're going to go by order because I usually can't see that order because I'm going through the PC. But now, tonight, I can see it. Only half a dozen or so left out on track. This is pure, raw, bare bones commentary here because all I've got is the monitor in front of me. And that's absolutely fantastic. That's how we love it. And 2.5 minutes to go in regular time. 12 people watching. God bless each and every one of you. Here goes Noodles to really stick it right up him. And there we go. A real life experience Wilco got recently coming in handy to not put it on pole. And there we go. Noodles. Wilco's done. Oh, Look at me pit. As who is he? Will Star now around the final corner there. And can he go quicker, Jason? I know you're probably sweating after that run, but Will Star across the line. Can he beat Jason at least? He improves, but not by much. And there we have it. The final order on your screen. Noodles dominating qualifying. Noodle Nuts Verstappen. We should start calling him with a 147.450. And then it was Wilco in second and Willstar third. Figo, Hainsey, Sidorg. Oh, you get a Trevier. Norm in P7. Then Kilroy and Shawnee Fuller in their class. Nick in between there as well. Got a promotion recently, of course. Mark, Vibesy, Mac. And we might return to the garage to keep going through this. Mac, Crago, Machin, Jimbo, Johnson, Jones Jr. That's the world heavyweight boxer. JJ Norms, F1 sniper. Chipperton, Nismo, the boss of Hooncorp Esports. And yeah, we're going to have to get you over Trev to do some stuff, eh? And yeah, I don't know about that. Boy, they might not let me leave, but or let me go, I should say. Sideways Polka, Lance Vance there from Miami Vice in whatever position that was, and we're ready to go racing, and we can't throw to the sponsors because we don't have any of that sort of thing. Oh, what have I done now? I don't know what I've done, but anyway, that is the starting grid as the countdown continues. Jason, quick thought on your lap and how you saw that qualifying session, if you don't mind, and if your palms have de-sweated after that run.
No, it was good. I had the fastest first sector, but then yeah, dropping 3/10 mid sector. So I did a 34.817, Noodles did a 34.98, and then I did a 37.85, and he did a 37.54, and he was a 10th faster in the last sector. So the Lexus is obviously a 2016 version, so it's not up to date with the downforce, but of course when you don't have downforce means you've got straight line speed. So it's yeah, if I can get in front, hopefully I should be able to hold on and just pull away on the straights. But if Noodles gets the lead, it could be bye-bye. But it should be good fun. That's the main thing. I just want to have some fun, and I'll probably pull over at the end, make sure I don't take any points off people, and they'll have protection as usual.
And that's the way it goes. If I could get this chat back, that'd be fantastic. But there we go.
I was going to give myself a drink. I'll be back.
Oh, you do that. Yeah, good on you. Mister, I'm first at everything. Every time someone else streams, I'm first at everything. Wilco would have seen me in the fence, says someone awesome. And real life experience Wilco got recently coming in handy, of course. All I hear is excuses coming out of Wilco's mouth. And just the Nigerian prince there explaining that he should wash his mouth out with some soap, because a terrible amount of excuses coming out of Wilco's mouth. And for someone who has driven around here, that is terrible to hear. But this is the starting grid. As Ico Max says, you should be further up, someone awesome. And no doubt about that. We've got 19 people watching, and I still can't get back to the garage, so I've got this...
You have to wait for the green flag.
Yeah, all right. Thank you very much for that, Mr...
I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, well, what happened to that dreg? You got it awfully quickly. But anyway...
legs.
He's got legs, and he knows how to use them. Yes, great stuff, ZZ Top, and a little bit before everybody else's time. 3 races in a row, we'll have to fight back. We can fight. We can fight. And there we go. And hearing rumours that this could be a hectic start. But Wilco, you've warned them, haven't you? Not to get into any of that sort of mischief here.
Yeah, I've warned them, but have I warned myself? Then we'll find out in about 3 minutes' time.
Now, don't forget, is this a full formation lap?
Correct.
Correctamundo, or correctatessione, as we would say in this part of the world. It is a full formation lap, and you have just got my gorgeous voice and Wilco's gorgeous voice as well with you here as the cars pull away. He's about 6'4", Wilco, got a little bit of height about him. Would be handy sort of at a centre half back or something, just to shore up things if things got a little bit out of hand there in your football team. Or
behind last week.
Yes, an extra man in defence. Boy, how did that one go? There we go. Not mine, though, says the Nigerian prince. And 15 people watching now. We can't go back to the garage, can we? We might go to our pole sitter. Naughty Noodles, where is he there? Noodles, Noodles, where are you? Noodles, Noodles, I love you. There he is, and there is Wilco right behind him. And Wilco with a driver's perspective, would you believe, given the fact that he's driving one of the cars. And you can see there 2:03 p.m. local time, which is in Italy, so that would be Italian time here at Monza. But you can see there Noodles, Wilco, just weaving, just getting some tyre temperature into the tyres there. You can see the fuel maps, and no, you can't see fuel. You can see brake bias, ABS, throttle controls there in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. And boy, this is going to be a clean, well, I hope it's going to be a clean race.
You just jinxed us, Trev.
And the old commentator's curse. Now, Wilco, in all seriousness, as we have 14 people watching you duck and weave and duck and dive there, do you have to bring your tyres up to a certain temperature, Wilco, or is it just sort of a matter of just looking like you're doing the business there?
Yeah, you just got to pretend you know what you're doing, and then it usually pays off. Nah, so the weaving doesn't really do too much. Dragging your brake, which I'm not doing now, is sort of the big thing. You don't really want to get it like the brake's overheated, but brake temp really gets those pressures up. So the ideal start you want is you want to have quite high 26 pressures, but you're never going to get that, especially here where there's long straights. So yeah, it's just trying to, yeah, so my fronts are looking okay, my rears are a little bit low, so, but of course this Lexus has a lot of horsepower, so if I turn TC off and do a couple of burnouts, I can get the temp up. But of course, I'm pretty sure this Lexus is going to destroy its tyres during the race. So luckily we'll be doing a pit stop probably halfway through, doing the voodoo strat, and we'll see how it goes. But I just hope everyone gets through cleanly into turn 1.
Let's hope everyone gets through cleanly. Disconnect 2 weeks in a row on the bloody formation lap, says Matchin. As Voodoo says, it's almost 2:30. 2:30. A dentist's favourite time. Get it? I'm here all week. I'll see myself out. And I sound a bit like Mike Tyson. Mate, 2:30. Mate, 2:30. There we go. As can I get back? No, I can't. I'm sort of drifting around Italy here, folks. That's how good I'm travelling. But anyway, we'll get to the front as they get into line. And boy, this is going to be a shame to hear about Matchin there disconnecting for 2 weeks in a row. And that is this week and last week. Wow, so on a weekend, coming up to the Monaco Grand Prix weekend, we are here at Monza. Not sure why I said that, but it is round 5 of this.
Different tracks.
Couldn't get low downforce, high downforce, you name it. Let's just think about this race coming up, ladies and gentlemen. Round 5 of this championship, 1 hour of racing ahead of us. And it's all about to get underway very, very shortly. Absolute pleasure to bring you this broadcast with thanks to our great sponsors, of course. Once I find them, I'll let you know who they are. But we're ready to get going here. 14 people watching the stream. God bless each and every one of you as we get ready to go racing.
Green light. Give it all you got.
Green light means go, 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 Noodles. And Wilco with a drag race down to turn 1. And boy, oh boy, Wilco looks like he's just got his nose in front by a Flemington straight here. Noodles and Jason going down into turn 1. Let's hope they all get through cleanly. Wilco holds the inside. Is that going to open up Noodles for the old switch back through turn 1? And absolute chaos there at the back. Looked like a Ferrari, I think, but Wilco takes the lead. Incredible stuff. Wilco leads. Noodles in second. Hainsey in third. Can you believe it? Off the start line. He looked to get a good run, didn't he, when the lights went green? And Wilco leads this race. Somebody off at the back. Looks like the number 1. I knew it was a Ferrari. I reckon it was someone awesome there going off. And also the 193 entry as well, whoever that is. We'll get to that in a moment. But let's have a look halfway through lap 1. Noodles is not going to lay down and let that one go without a fight. But Wilco, who has driven this track, that's right, in real life, for real life, he knows a thing or two about getting on the gas around here. And let me tell you, the Wilco Driver Academy will need every bit of experience here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. If you're lurking out there, please consider following the stream. We'd love to have you as AO Mac quick stop the race now. Wilco is winning, says Beaky, the great man Beaky. Sorry we couldn't stream for you last night, Beaky, but great to have you on the stream here this evening. Noodles right behind Wilco. And then there's Hainsey. We're going to see who else that was down at the back. 193 looks like Matchin, who had some disconnection issues. Oh, and he's spun. He's hit the curbs and he's off. Oh, listen to that. The Porsche there making some interesting sounds, and he's spinning around once again. We'll let him get back to that business, but back at the front, lap 2 of this race, and Hainsey runs a little bit wide, and now he's going to be vulnerable there from Figo as they come through the Curva Grande. I think that's what it's called. Yes, it is. That's close enough. And boy, oh boy, Wilco will be sweating. He'll be sweating chips in that bucket, let me tell you, because unlucky night already for Matchin. Thank you, Nigerian Prince. And a bit of ooh-ah Glenn McGrath as well for Jason Wilkinson, who holds the lead, but a long, long way to go. 57 minutes of racing. Just a shame we couldn't get the Nigerian Prince here with us tonight, but he's here with us in spirit, but still very much alive at the same time. But hope you're enjoying it here. The pressure that these guys are under. Hainsey now still in third place from Figo there. Then Simon Bishop, he'll be sitting back like a Kiwi in the night waiting to pounce there in that Red Bull livery. If you can listen carefully, you can hear the Nigerian Prince in the background. It sounds like that sound effect, doesn't it? The Nigerian Prince, which is actually me at the height of my emotive state. And let me tell you that the Nigerian Prince is with us. Wait, if we just listen, zoom, we can hear Chuck Norris in the background. I'm here, Trev. I'm here, Trev. Yes, if you blink 3 times, you can actually hear him. That's I'm here, Trev. I'm here, Trev. There he is. You can almost hear him, can't you, in the background? That's pretty creepy. And that little was a very nervous Wilco, because he's got noodles right up his ginger. Surprise Chuck doesn't just tell your PC to work. It should listen to him. It should, shouldn't it? He should look at him sideways and it should start working all of a sudden. So you can see they're surprised. We are surprised that Chuck doesn't fix that PC. And that is something from Nightmares. Are you sure, Trev? There we go. It's very creepy, isn't it? A little bit of SMR. Oh, Wilco jumping over the curbs. And those big Italian sausages are unforgiving in this part of the world. Same at the Autodromo Enzo Edino Ferrari there at Imola. And it's not too different here from the Nationale Autodromo Monza. And there's a lot of sausages there, that let me tell you. But Noodles has the quickest lap. We're going to keep going through the field. These two at the front have dropped the next two considerably by 2.7 seconds here this evening. Figo there in fourth. Sidorg, zoom. Oh, g'day, Trev, yeah. And there goes Simon Bishop. And boy, Wilco must be sweating here in the... Oh, Noodles is very close. They call it the Temple of Speed for no reason. And this is why. Because look how quick they are going. We're going to get some onboard shots here later in the race when we get a little bit bored. But into the Parabolica now. Just look at this battle as they complete lap 2. Just...
It's beautiful. No, so we're just settling in here. I'm not going to defend hard, so if he goes on the inside, he goes on the inside. As I'm doing this is my first GT3 race. I'm just
Wilco, be quiet, concentrate.
No, I'm right. Talking to driving is one of my skills. Unlike, or maybe not actually, but yeah. So we're just sort of pulling away. He's sort of sticking with me. He's faster in the middle sector, but I was going to make sure he can make it onto the straights all good, and we should be no stress in the braking zones. But yeah, it's good fun. Good pressure. It's good practice for the Enduro next week.
Certainly is. We're 6 or so minutes into this race. It is Jason and Noodles. We'll keep an eye on that. And then Hainsey in third. Figo down there in fourth. Simon Bishop, who is down there in fifth place. Shawnee Fuller leading his class as well. And apart from that, everyone else is doing quite well. Well, My voice has broken again. I think that's Exo down there at the back. Kilroy there, still amongst it with mac and cheese. It's a very similar looking car to yours, Wilco, of course, except it's 9-9 instead of 1-9. No, there's no Germans in the house. That's their numbers, of course. There's Willstar there in rounding up the top 10. And then it's Nick and Mark Ledwidge. JJ Norms as well. Vibesy in there too. Craigie, and Jimbo Jones leading his class sideways. Sniper, Saint Sim, Chipperton. Someone awesome with some damage on that Ferrari. And we talk about promotions. Well, someone awesome. He's had a few off weeks, hasn't he? But matching down there at the back, he's making some inroads as well. But look at this. Wilco a little bit wide out of the Parabolica. Noodles taking a tighter line. And he said he will not defend with much vigour. He's just got to get his braking points right. Down the inside. Oh, he's going to be brave to send it down there. Daniel Ricciardo style back in 2016 on Rosberg, I think. As you can see there, Wilkinson into turn 1 with Noodles. Still maintaining the lead, not by much. And these two dropping them as well. Hainsey back there. 3.5 seconds is the gap. 8 minutes gone in this race. Hope you're enjoying it at home. Grab your Italian sausage, your salami, or whatever item you've got alongside you, because you can see there just how close the lead is at the front. 51 remaining in this race. Do not go anywhere. Round 5 of this thrilling, scintillating championship we've got going here for season 6 of KRL. We were away last night with illness, but we're back tonight without any of the usual trimmings. Of course, track intros and stuff like that. Chuck is the real winner, says Beaky, just because he's Chuck. Thanks, Beaky. And no, that is not Chuck Norris, who is bound and gagged in the basement here, whispering in the background, although I don't mind the idea of that maybe sometime. Anyway, enough about that, because 51 minutes remaining down the back straight. Here we go, because Jason in the background, a little bit of a giggle and a jiggle here and there, because that's a nervous laugh I can hear with Wilco, but he's cool, isn't he? He's calm, collected, and Noodles finding a way past.
Sacrifice my lead if I
and I took P3 in the iRacing Nords 24-hour, so I have an excuse not to be here tonight, says Chuck Norris. And there we go. The man who can complete a 24-hour... Oh, and is that someone off in the back? No, I beg your pardon. Noodles is still trying to find a way past. We might get back to another battle here. Look at this. Look at this gaggle. Not of geese, my friends, but of cars. Look at this. Anymore, and there would be a murder of them, because you can see there Mac and Willstar very close indeed. In fact, where's Willstar? Let's have a look. No, there's Willstar. I thought we'd lost him there. Nick in that beautiful silver Porsche. And just getting back to Chuck Norris, who finished P3 in the Nords 24-hour race. I have an excuse not to be here tonight, and Trev's keeping me in the basement. He's keeping me locked up, actually, until he does his unboxing. And there we go. Be careful, Trev, says Beaky. Chuck can slap you sideways from SA for imitating him. And he certainly can do that. He can roundhouse kick me as well, because the time is whatever time you say it is, Chuck Norris, listening out there in the land of Twitch. But 5 laps completed. Can Jason maintain the noodle pressure? Because all the while he's doing this, of course, he is building a gap further back to Hainsey and the rest of them. Someone help me. I'm stuck in Trev's basement. The last thing you want to unbox is Chuck, because he unboxes, you unbox him, and there's no 3 meters of bubble wrap with him. You just get an unboxing and you get a, like that's a kick and a punch, and a first day of the month. He hasn't been fed in weeks. And we might make sure you get fed a little bit later. But Wilco now with the quickest lap as the banter continues here on my small phone screen in front of me. The world's smallest Twitch chat Oh, and there's a car off there, I believe. And yes, it's Chippendale. Chippendale is on the inside of the parabolica there at the final corner. And there's an enthusiastic Italian marshal as Machin goes through. There's a place for Machin. And the chipster is coming back on. And I'd love $1 worth of those chips right now, let me tell you. And a penny for his thoughts there with Chippen. And he's back onto the circuit. And that enthusiastic Italian marshal says, you're going to get back onto the track. The only reason a Chuck is in your basement is because he wants to be there. We live in his world, that's right. And as you know, Beaky, that's the man who drove his parents to the hospital on the day he was born. But this battle continues now. 6 laps completed as Beaky and the Nigerian Prince. Let's try and do that sound effect again. The Nigerian Prince. Something like that. Anyway, you've got to be really in the moment. Oh, Noodles and Jason. So close here. I think they're keeping Hainsey in at this battle. Don't forget, one mandatory stop with a big capital M for mandatory. And you can see now Noodles and Wilco. I'd like to just congratulate Wilco for turning up this evening rather than sailing the high seas, and also making something for us to show here, because this is fantastic. I really wonder what would happen if we didn't have Jason here. Well, he'd be up talking to me. In fact, he's doing both. Driving and talking is one of my talents, Trevor. So, and you.
Voodoo, but I can still do it.
I'm here, guys, in his basement. Must be weird for Voodoo watching the stream. Needs a little work, I'll be honest. I'm not quite there yet. Not quite happy with it. But anyway, if Voodoo keeps this up, banging in his basement, there'll be no Bible stories for him tonight. And Wilco is trying to channel me as much as he can tonight. Because you can see there Chuck Norris is probably sitting back there at Campton Downs in South Australia, scaring me more than anything. Well, that's what we're here to do, because we might keep going through Shawnee Fuller. And despite a lot of other battles continuing further down the field, we might go from the front to the back, or from the back to the front here. Somewhat awesome into the pits in my Ferrari. Carlos Sainz, he won't have a Ferrari. And he's into the pits there, Chippendale. After spinning off on some tiramisu. And Jesus walked on water, of course. Turned water into wine. Chuck told him to as well. You can see I'm throwing down tinnies while trying not to spit it out when you do an impersonation. And, yeah, it needs a little work, I said, Chuck. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, certainly. Now, I'm going to leave that for a little bit. I think I've spent all my talent on that one, but on the first time. But here we go, Jason, and
I do feel bad for Nicholas because he is a bit faster, but just can't get the run onto the straight like it's power. So
no, you couldn't give a rat's ass about that, could you? Really, though, deep down, because you're in front, so you're the driver in front, and you can see there through turns 1 and 2, the anti-Ravazzo corners there is down to the Grande straight, Curva Grande. Geez, it's been a while since I've been around here, but 40, we're about 1/4 race distance now. 7th day, Chuck rested, but this man, Jason Wilkinson, on the 7th minute, he's trying to rest, but he's not getting anything at the moment. Hainsey's still there, and what happened to Figo? He's dropped down a bit or something, because Simon Bishop, is up into 4th place. Can you believe it? Simon Bishop is up into 4th, a clear 4th. That's your top 5 in the pro class. This man leading there in his class indeed. Mac in 2nd in class. Norman between them. Will Star as well. Right down to Exo there at the back. Nismo getting a couple of class wins last week. Not quite getting them this time, of course. But Jimbo Jones is leading, of course. Jimbo Johnson, Joey Jojo Shabadoo Jr. That's his complete name there. And just don't call him late for dinner or hit him up the backside at a karting track and you're all good. And there we go, lap 8 of this race. Jason now again. Look at him. Look how close it is. I've got my corneas firmly transfixed on this battle because Noodles is right up his backside. But for how long can Jason hold off? He's a cool, calm, cucumbered, customered unit. Very, very tall as well. Not too tall, but just that right sort of height as well, if you know what I mean. Not intimidating to meet, but I call him Jellyfish. Stunning to look at, but deadly to touch. And there we have it through turns 1 and 2. Not quite sure where I'm going with that, but we'll stick with...
Interesting thing to say while I'm going into a break and saying. Trying to giggle.
The Jellyfish himself. Let's just call it his spirit animal. I've gone absolutely bananas, or as Taylor says, bananas. I don't know why she said... Oh, Wilco! Little bit of sideways silly salmon action. And I don't have the voice of reason. I don't have Cameron in the background to tell me you can't say that. And Noodles runs a little bit wide through the first of the 2 Lesmo corners. There's an innocent bit of polystyrene foam or something. Yeah, I think Taylor heard her own voice there. Heard me talking, saying her name, and now calling for Daddy. Probably should just keep a little bit quiet, shouldn't we, on a school night? But that's okay, because this is all the education I need. And now Noodles with the quickest lap again. Wow. And it is Jason the Jellyfish. There, Wilco looks like a slinky rather than a jellyfish. Trying to be kind, please, Nigerian Prince. Like I said, good to look at, but deadly to touch, or deadly to try and pass as well. And the Jellyfish man, the man they call Jellyfish, in fact, I only called him that 2 minutes ago now, is going on the defensive. Look at this, and Noodles, that Lexus of yours just has enough oomph to get it done down the straights, unless you make a mistake, Wilco. I reckon you're looking pretty here tonight. And there we have it into turn 1. Noodles again, and now the gap back to Hainsey there is 6.7 seconds. Big hello to anyone who's watching us through the PlayStation. And there is some foam being removed there. I think that might have been Hainsey there, as Nigerian Prince just confirming that he's only yoking. It's a yoke. And Wilco is a top bloke as well. And Bollard went...
Oh, shucks.
Bollard went bye. Don't talk about sharks, Wilco. We know what happened the last time the Prince got involved with one of those off the coast, the southern coast of South Australia. And we see you lurking there in the stream. Consider following. We'd love to have you a part of the community. And in fact, we've had a new follower there earlier this evening, whoever that was. Thank you for that. A reminder that channel points are not working, but they will be tomorrow night because I'm picking my PC up. Don't forget, if you'd like to be a part of this series, be sure to get on the Discord, or if you want to get involved in the Kid Buyers series, why not do both? Check our Discord out in the chat. Follow that link. Get your hot little fingers down there to follow that. But Noodles and Jason, let's just get a little natural sound on this while I cough. Excuse me. And yes, that's
beautiful Lexus.
And that Lexus has got plenty of grunt, ladies and gentlemen, as we count down 39, under 40 minutes remaining in this race, approaching half race distance. Of course, before the Universal Boss lets us know all about it. That's right. And, well, this is the time. If Wilco not showing his hand yet. And you can see there, the man they call Jellyfish in this part of the world, or Jelly Aficioné, as he's more affectionately known, the Red Jellyfish. And was that sort of a cross between what they used to call Nigel Mansell? Max versus Norman Kilroy and Nick at the moment. That's very interesting. Max, yes. Mac, I mean. Yes, that's exactly right. Thank you to that. That's okay, Trev. Can you give us the key? No, ever since you locked me below decks. What the hell are we doing watching Chipperton? Can someone tell me what the hell we're doing on here? Nick and Kilroy and Mac as well. This is a sexy little battle. Mrs. B never pleased, well pleased when I go with that sort of content on here. We'll try and keep it clean now because 14 people watching us here. And we hope you're having fun out there. Pure racing at its very finest here on Assetto Corsa Competizione, the official GT game of the GT Challenge Series. And Norm now right behind Mac and Cheese. You can see those two out in front. Nick and Kilroy having a ding-dong as well. Some very good battles here. We're up to 16 people watching. Give us your feedback. How's the audio sound? How's the brum brum? By that I mean car noise. And Noodles with the quickest lap. And who else is having a battle here? Let's have a look. There's Nismo. Is he leading? No, Jimbo leading his class, of course, all out on his own. And Exo there as well. Vroom vroom good, says the Apex Humper, who is joining us. Is Apex Humper new? Oh, Exo. The 666, the mark of the beast. Just getting it all wrong there. Plenty of beastie power in that BMW. Hello to you, Apex. Stream good, Trev. And boy, we're on a first name basis now. That is fantastic. And that shows you how homely we are here on the channel. Hello, Apex. Hello, Ako. Ako Mac, the Melbourne-born youngster there. Audio is good. Commentary is a bit so-so. Oh, you think you're real funny, don't you, Beaky? You think you're funny with your team radio bips and all that sort of stuff. We're a big family here, but Mac, Ako Mac, who is joining us from Melbourne, is enjoying this. And now Noodles is falling back somewhat. I know it doesn't look like much on the screen, but is he just conserving those tyres, Wilco, if you've got a second to talk to us on the back straight?
Not sure. He might have made a little mistake in the Lesmos, but yeah, I haven't done a pit stop in a while at this track, so I've got to make sure I hit my marks,
And you hit your marks. I tried, Trev, only because Chuck scared me into it. Great to have you along as well, Becky. I half-typed that comment before I saw what you said, Becky. But anyway, we love it. And don't we love this little battle between our very own Jason Wilkinson. Our very own, that might... we love all of them. They're all our own, in fact, because Noodles is right behind him. 8.1 seconds. Now back to Hainsey, so we won't put him on the spot. But, boy, that track temperature is getting very, very toasty. It's a so toasty. And sorry to anyone out there I've offended, but 29 degrees track temperature, 37 degrees track temperature, 29 degrees in the air. And with 13 laps completed, Jason and Noodles continuing this battle. It's incredible, isn't it, when you think about it? To think 13 laps gone, almost half the race completed, and these two are still having this sort of battle. Neither of them have made a mistake, and I think that's going to... Oh, Noodles.
First time ever actually racing Noodles, so it's been cool. It's cool. He's a good driver on GT. He's obviously a good driver here too, so...
You concentrate, Wilco. We'll get back to you in a moment. Get some WD-40 for that chair if you don't mind. It's really... But anyway, you do what you need to do. Oh, a little bit of a twitch there from Noodle Brunton. That's not a German driver. You can see the paddock area there. Crowd a little bit down today. Must be a school day. But anyway, I think I'm not sure what explains the reason for that. So maybe the ticket prices or something. Trying to get an Italian family of 4 down here. But you can see 17 people still watching us. A great testament to the love and affection that everyone has out there, considering we've got absolutely balls, bare-boned action here on the stream, as in the way of no overlays or anything like that. But anyway, we're going to keep pushing on. There's all sorts of statistics and stuff I can delve into here on the phone, but I don't want to upset the space-time continuum, Chuck Norris, because these two now, let us know in the comments, they're almost getting to a point where they, I guess, 8 points, almost 9 seconds back to third place here. So you boys are having a battle at the front, and I think you might be able to do whatever you really want in the way of strategy. Elon says only called Twitter X because he couldn't spell Chuck. There we go, or Chucks. No, that doesn't work, does it? But Noodles there in second. That's good for him. Fastest lap of the race as well. And Simon Bishop is closing as Triggered Dan says, hey Trev, you magnificent bastard, this racing is spicier than my nonna's meatballs, enjoying it. Shush, don't tell your nonna, because she gonna slap you good, Dan. And wow, that really, first of all, it's fantastic to see Dan here on the stream. Of course, he spends a lot of time over on Voodoo's stream, of course. Big fan of Chuck Norris. But boy, if your nonna had balls, she would have been a bike. That famous Gino DeCampo, I remember on the morning show there many, many years ago. But Triggered Dan, hello to you. Hello to you, Chuck Norris. Great to have your company, Triggered Dan. Let us know.
Did you say my nonna had balls? She would have been a bike. I think it's, if my
grandmother had the wheels, she would have been a bike. If you put ham in it, it would be like a British carbonara. And then, did you see the look of disgust on a Gino's face? And there we go. And it's funny, he's got that accent growing up in Sheffield, isn't it? But 32 minutes remaining in this race. And enough about your nonna's spicy meatballs. Could go some of those spicy meatballs. Hey Legend, says Triggered Dan, and great to have Triggered Dan along with us, and everybody else who's watching who I can't see, but I know you're out there. So Wilco leads, Hainsey well down the field. He's in third. What the hell am I talking about? But Sidorg, Simon Bishop, we might just keep an eye on this man, Simon Bishop, with his little aerial sticking up the top of his Ferrari. And, Simon getting a little bit out of shape there over the sausage curbs. And he may be a bald man, but of course that doesn't really hold him back. And that's what you've really got to respect about him. And less weight, less drag, less wind resistance. And lest we forget, as Dan, hope you've had a great day. Thank you, Nigerian Prince, working the comments like a pro. Does anyone hear a tapping noise? Let me out. Let me out, Trev. No. Back in the box. And just continue. We're approaching half race distance too, in front of my very eyes. And the way Wilco's handling things, he'll be excited, just as excited as he will be when F1 24 early. What's going on, guys?
Sick, Trev. I'm trying to drive.
What's going on, guys? Over here. Yeah, I absolutely love this game. Yeah, it's great. And I've noticed the HD quality of the graphics is slightly better this year. It's a little bit pointy on the rear end, but yeah, I love this game. Give me my money. And he's so close. And I wonder whether those regurgitation noises had any impact on his braking zone there, because the as he goes through the Grand Lesmo, or whatever this corner's called, as you can see there, the Grande Lesmo, and I think they're coming up a little bit later on, but Jason and F1 24 looks so broken, it's almost released. In fact, it's so broken, is it going to be released, Chuck, or is it going to escape? We don't know, but I wish EA would send some of those big sacks of money this way, and I'd be promoting it. Wait for it, wait for it!
We are halfway through. Keep it up.
We are halfway through the race, says Race Control, and the message to Jason Wilkinson and Noodles at the front was, keep it up. And that is the motto that you need to remember for the next half an hour. And you can see there Wilco in this lap saying Beaky, or that's a question mark rather than a statement. Beaky wants to know when Jason will be in the pits there. That is a good question. Will he get into the pits shortly?
Let's try and hit my breaking point.
And end that message there, because that wasn't that helpful. He's going to try and find his breaking point. That's a cross between frying and finding, is finding, and he's in the pits. Wow! Watch him speed into the pit lane, says Voodoo. None of us predicted this coming, but now, interesting, as he slows down to that 50 kilometres an hour, Saints him in as well. Sidorg, zoom. Yeah, that's me, Simon Bishop, the aerodynamic Kiwi, with a distinct lack of hair, the follically challenged speedster. from Wellington. And the Eden Gardens in Wellington there, great part of the world, isn't it? Elon Musk needs to sort this Shizer out. He certainly does. I think he means something about his Starlink there. But how about that? Beaky predicting that he would come into the pits. That's quite incredible, really reading his mind. And Machin saying another disconnect. And I've got to say, Chuck Norris, you really have to feel for Machin here with all these disconnections. No, that's we don't.
You do. No, you do, 100%.
No, that's of course we don't have him here, do we? We don't have him here. That's okay. I knew that I'd throw down to Chuck Norris there, who was somewhere out there in the big wide world of ours, which scares me so much. And I think it's just a matter of he really is having a really bad run, and sometimes one bad thing can lead to another, and the next minute, Roddy, we're playing Truck Simulator. Thank you there. It's there we go. And you know when he gets excited, Chuck, and he does that, yeah guys, we're playing Truck Simulator. I can't really do it yet, but if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. As Noodles into the pits, and Voodoo says, Trevor, please do not keep talking like that. And no, you know how he talks like that, and he talks about, yeah, we're playing Truck Simulator, guys. And I've modded the whole map. And there we go. He loves it, doesn't he? And jump over to his channel. And we love, we miss not having him here, but he's here in one way or another. Simon Bishop continues to go through. We're in the second half of this race now. Willstar there, Mark as well. Nick into the pits as well in the 7-Eleven. Porsche, there we go. I think I spat out my whole drink out at this stage. And yeah, he knows exactly what I mean, of course. As we see Nick go into the pits. Craig, yeah. And where is Jason? Wilco Nismo into the pits. And boy, he's a long way in front, isn't he? How did he get that far up the field? In the Clyde will be tough for Wilco at the end, as Noodles will have slight edge on one lap fresher tyres. So Wilco, you are out. Here we go. Why did we miss this? And now Noodles has taken the lead, but he's overshot. He's overshot the big Italian sausage, and Mamma Mia, down the inside like Nonna's meatballs with a spoon, goes Jason Wilkinson. And boy, what a move it was. It could have ended up like Max and Lewis 2021, the last exciting year of Formula One we've had. But no, Jason taking the lead, keeping calm. And for a man who has driven this circuit in real life, all of that experience coming into play. And he's not going to make the same mistake twice here, though, Noodles, of jumping over an errant sausage. And you can see there, everybody has made their stops except for me, who doesn't need to stop. Sidorg in the pits, along with Willstar. Have they left their run too late? That is my question, if you choose to accept it. And Mark as well coming around. Is he going to come into the pits? Zoom. No, he's not. And Wilco... And that's it. I think Craig is keeping on going. Yes, past the pit lane entry. And Jason as well. And Noodles. Oh, hallelujah. Hallelujah. And this is an incredible battle. Just needed to expand some useless energy there, because this is just what we love to see in this form of racing. 24.5 minutes to go in this race. The Nigerian Prince is out there, 9:09 Eastern Time. A little bit before that, wherever you are in Perth or South Australia. A little bit later in New Zealand, eh? And Wilco, this is what I love about Jason Wilkinson, the on-track stuff, because he just is putting that car into the right positions. You saw him taking some interesting lines. And he's got the experience, and he's an incredible human being. Big fan, I've got to say. Just putting it out there. I'm not going to even... I'm not even going to bloody hide it. That's why I hit the ball up in the air, so I'd be here speaking with you. What you doing tonight, girl? And 23 minutes remaining in this race, and you can see here that Noodles and Jason are continuing. Craigo and Mark are in separate parts of the racetrack, and they must be coming in soon. Noodles, though, is trying everything. We saw Lando Norris, and we've seen a McLaren chasing down a Red Bull, didn't we, in Imola, in Italy? But now it's chasing down a Lexus. Big shout out to Lexus. And is it Lexus of Blackburn that sponsor that show? Anyway, no, just kidding. I wouldn't know where that is, but no, we're still hunting the tea here in Benalla.
This is a wheel. It goes round and round. Welcome to Benalla.
Wow, didn't know Enzo Ferrari was welcoming us in, but there we go. Thank you, Commodore, or whatever you call it. And Jason now around the Parabolica. And there we have it now across to 20 laps in. Make that 21 if my memory serves me correctly. Because this man now is under all sorts of pressure. And if he wins this race, I won't be surprised, but I'll be slightly afraid of just what this man's capable of. And if we can do this streaming without any other trimmings, imagine what he could do on a real stream. But of course, then again, this is a real stream. And now they are well and truly in front of the field. Simon Bishop, just FYI, you can probably see it anyway, Wilco, on your timing screens, as I think everybody's coming to the pits. No, Craig, and Craigo continuing on. Tick over 20 left. Correct, Trev. They used to sponsor the Brekkie Show on Triple M with Eddie, Mick and Das. Yes, he knows. There's a Melbourne boy. And boy, there's a Melbourne boy. You know what I'm talking about. Beaky Lexus of Blackburn sponsor the Eddie and Jimmy podcast as well, which is one of those shows, Eddie with his wild ideas, but anyway, he's a bit of a visionary old Ed, isn't he? But Noodles will have to envision a way past Jason Wilkinson. I was thinking of the middle name there, but all I could think of was Jason. But there we have it.
My name's Jason Wilkinson. Jason, JJ.
JJ, battle with Mark and Nick. Looks like it's getting spicy. Why is Chuck Norris continuing to get us off this battle, Chuck? Is this some sort of ulterior motive there from your good... No, I'm just kidding with you. And Beaky, because you can't redeem the team radio, I'll do it myself. Oh, it's just Beaky doing it. It's a thing we do. Battle with Mark looking spicy. We'll get to that in a minute. Hell yeah. Eddie used to drive a Lexus from them, of course. Great sponsors of the Collingwood Football Club for many, many years. And yes, meet the players' days. Little did they know that I was a crafty little Scheisenhausen, Jason, just taking the jumpers in to get them signed and then up on eBay next week. And there we go, mate.
Yeah, that's how you bought your first mic, and here we are today.
And, yes, I tell you what, it led to the PS3, which led to the PS4, which led to what we're doing now. So there we go, nothing wrong with that. I wasn't expecting to get as much money as I did, Wilco, when I was about 16 and chucked a couple of jumpers up on eBay. Got about a couple of grand for them, but and a few other bits and pieces. But anyway, even when players weren't there to sign, Wilco, they ended up signing them. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? But Jason leading this race. Oh, did Nathan...
You just do a little squiggle and just put the number on. It's fine.
Did Nathan Buckley sign it? He sure did, kid. There we go. Give us me $800, Dad. And there we go. Boy, very, very crafty indeed. A young kid buyers there back in 2004 there. Wilco needs to focus on commentating. I have $1.50 on him for the win. That is not paying out an awful lot. $1.50 on Jason Wilkinson for the La Victorione. Here this evening, 15 people watching. God bless you if you're still out there sticking with us, because Simon Bishop is in third. Yeah, Trev, I'll have a bit of a talk with you. And JJ and Craigo there. Where has this race gone? It's gone very quickly. Jason won't be saying that. And there was another spicy battle there. Shawnee Fuller and Mac. We're going to keep an eye on. I think we have it in our broadcast agreement. I know I was sceptical that he would choke. Beaky, you know, put your manners back in, Beaky. There we go. It's about time I bloody stood up and said something to Beaky, I swear. Because...
Well, he only bullies you, so...
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm just giving it back, Beaky. There you go. Down there in Kooringal. Oh, this is close. Shawnee Fuller, the Brit, goes down the inside. And for a man that grew up driving on abandoned World War II airfields, I've got to say he's really honed his craft, as all British drivers have. I think that's the secret, isn't it, Wilco? It's they've driven in the rain every day, and also on the air bases as well, of course. Good British engineering, that is. I love Wilco, but worried Noodle will get him. Boxing match between Trev and Beaky, December 31st. Right. You could say, Chuck, that I could knock him into next year. I'm not actually here, remember? That's right, of course you're not. I'm talking to myself, eh? And 22 laps gone. I could knock him into next year. I thought it was funny, but and that's really all that matters here, because, you know, we love having a democracy, because we love people who laugh at all of our jokes. I think Matt Simmons says, I think we need to bop Wilco next time around. Thank you. The great Matt Simmons is watching. And don't stand up, says... no, Matt didn't say that. Who said that? Beaky says, don't stand up to me, Trev. I'll unleash Chuck from the basement. Good luck with that. I've double locked that one. And he won't be getting out of there. If you can hear tapping in the background, that is Chuck Norris. And imagine... Oh, Wilco! Noodles and Wilco! Wilco and Noodles! They're battling it out here. And... Oh, Jason. He's going to be set up perfectly well through the Grave Kernda. Grande. Whatever the bloody hell it's called, because it's about to witness an incredible... Oh, look at this! Oh, was it Alonso and Vettel around here a few years ago? But Wilco's back in the lead! Jason is back in the lead! No, he's not! Noodles has got his nose in front. Oh, you can't contain the great man. Wilco down the inside, but Noodles is there as well. He is not giving anything. I'm going to wake up my daughter on a school night, and Mrs. B is going to be absolutely devastated with me, probably slap me around and say, what the bloody hell are you doing, man? And I'll say, because I can't take my eyes off this battle, Chuck. Chuck, you're not there. That's right. This is great racing. I totally agree, Chuck. Don't forget my pulmonary heart muscles as well. Top tier racing, says Matthew Simmons. I get a little bit jelly in the knees when the great man jumps into the chat. I'm not even going to hide it anymore, because he is an absolute superstar. I cannot believe that is the man who watches our streams. He is terrific. I love Gran Turismo. I have my whole life. I don't care what Wilco has to say about it. And I love you too, Matthew Simmons. But this battle is continuing. We saw the lead change hands last time around, and we caught the back end of it. I know that there's a dust battle going on between... There's no Dusty. There's Mac and Norm and Figo. There's a few other things, Mark and Nick as well. But this is the battle of the pro class, as Craigo finally pits and gets himself out of the way. They're coming up with some traffic now in the form of Exo. So this blue flag, come on, blue flag, honestly. And Exo doing very well there. Getting out of the way. This battle continues.
So I'll tell you what happened is I made a little mistake up into this chicane and went too deep, and then sort of... Yeah, Noodles had a perfect run through there and got up the inside of the first Lesmo, and then luckily enough I got enough speed to get back in front by this corner again the next lap. So, little mistake, but luckily this guy's quite quick in a straight line, so I was able to get it done under brakes.
Well, that is absolutely... Can you believe, where else would you get live driver updates from the lead battle, as Beaky has given birth to Exo? No, I've butchered that one. He's just talking to Matt Simmons. The Matt Simmons, of course. Matt Simmons is so good. He gave birth to Chuck. And hopefully I can spit the rest of it out before we miss anything. Good work by Exo there, indeed, Nigerian Prince. And I wish I don't have a PS5 camera, but if you could see me, my dog has launched herself off the chair for some unknown reason, head first. But this battle, oh boy, yellow flag's out for something. Forget about that, because tomorrow's Friday, and where else would you want to be in the part of the world? Ooh, and that, I think that's EXO there stopping to get rid of some traffic by. But Wilco, 13 and a half minutes, 13 minutes left in this race. And you can see we still don't know which way it is going to go here at the Autodromo Nazionale Monza Reno. And you can see there, perfect Thursday night action. Thank you for the follow, Guido Di Polito. That just beautiful name there, I must say, and how fitting as well. You join us for this race here at Monza. Round 5 of the Kid Buyers Racing League here for season number 6. KRL at its very, very best now with 12 and a bit minutes to go. Do not go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Guido, thank you for joining the family. Guido Di Polito, the Italian, joining us there. And you can see, thank you, Machin, a combination of San Marino and Monza. What do you get if you cross those two? You get Monza Reno. There we go, the Monza Reno ring. The temple of speed here at Monza Reno. But now Noodles. You can see Noodles is haunting Jason here. He's haunting him like a ghost. If somebody could quickly tell me what ghost means in Italian, I will be so pleased, because that is just what is happening here. And are we about to see a robbery here at Monza? Because it will be a absolute I tell you what, it's a toss of the coin. Noodles is relentless. Yes, Matthew Simmons, he is relentless, and he's got to be. Fantasmia is ghost in Italian. Thank you for that, Chuck Norris. And you know you're having a great night when a Nigerian prince gets onto Google Translate and translates Italian words to English. Probably my new favourite word now, Fantasia, Phantasmo. That is a fantastico, would you believe it? But big shout out to Ike Mack, who followed us a little bit earlier in the evening, and Guido, who followed us as well. And it seems that there's some
Guido,
sort of...
The pit stop little car from Cars? A pit stop. Isn't it Guido? Is that his name?
I think it's...
Google Voodoo. Google.
Justin, Wisconsin. Where the hell did that come from? I still don't know which part of my brain managed to go with Justin, Wisconsin. As want to know what it is in Russian? Novokuznetsk. Say that one. Well, I just did, smartass. So there you have it. So anyway, the banter continues in the chat. But hello to you, Guido. Oh, Wilco looks to have made a slight error out of the Lesmo corners. And now this is going to give Noodles a chance to attack there. Oh, they're coming up to some traffic. That car 1, 2, 3, I think it's JJ. Somebody else, I can't distinguish what number that is, but we're down to 10 minutes, and this is going to go down to the wire, and it's grandstand. It's going to be a grandstand blockbusterino finish here at Monza in Italy, and a very much this deserves its very own Netflix series as well. You know, where you get the dramatic sort of Wilco there pushing the camera. He's flashing himself there. You can see why, though, because in front of him, Chipperton and Norm are, well, they're having their own little... No, they're not, are they? They're well down the field. I think they're having their own little battle there. I can't quite see exactly. Chipperton pulls off to the side. So then there was one. And we don't want anyone to get in the way of this. Like I said, grandstand stuff here at Monza this evening. And if you're just joining us, recapping, I do not have a PC, which questo PC ramo. Ciao, incredibile se true questo ti amo. Which means basically I'll have my PC ripe and ready to go. JJ gets out of the way there. Great stuff. And I landed in Italy about a week ago. Tried to get acclimatized, of course, to the Temple of Speed. Wilco has been here and cut some laps. Will that make a difference? We're into single figures here, 8 minutes to go. If you're thinking of making some tiramisu, I strongly urge you to not do that, because you'll be missing the last 8.5 minutes of this race. PC returns tomorrow after suffering a RAM issue, random access memory issue, but we'll be back tomorrow for pre-qualifying, I believe. We've got some action on the channel. We do apologise for not streaming last night. Felt a little bit funny, and when you've got a gorgeous brain with so much information in it, eventually you've got to press Control-Alt-Delete, and that's what happened to me last night. Had a bit of the old migraine action there. And boy, I let you all down. I sincerely apologise, but now we are back, and what a night to return on. We might have missed the GT2s, but the GT3s are providing an incredible amount of action. And Wilco, you're planning that in the middle there, I think.
Where is he?
Simon Bishop.
Yeah. He was in
P6. He's down in P6. He's about 20 seconds off of you guys. What time is pre-qualifying? We won't burden Wilco with too many questions here, but I believe
8 o'clock tomorrow.
8 p.m. Eastern time for pre-qualifying, enduro pre-qualifying. Big shout out to I love that saying, pre-qualifying. I was not born, I don't think, when they had pre-qualifying, but I can vaguely remember I remember being a kid, and there was a really, I think it was Minardi and the blue car, and the 40, I think, the yellow car, which never used to qualify back in 1996 or something like that. Anyway, Wilco was just the size of a jelly bean in...
that was uno. One.
8 p.m. Eastern time. That is 10 a.m. in Italy. Guido, for you out there. But Guido, let us know where you're watching from. He could be watching from his couch in Carrum Downs, but less than 7 minutes remaining. Want to see a movie like GT7, but based on ACC with Matt Simmons, Wilco, Chuck, and commentator to the stars, Trev. Yes, I need to get a bit feisty there, even though they gave me $2,000 worth of audio-visual equipment. Still would have been nice to just jump in there, but anyway, that's okay. I'd rather be rich instead of famous, or born lucky instead of rich. I don't know which one's which, but there we go.
Speaking of rich, I've got a phone call from Tatslotto, so I don't think I won the Powerball. Hopefully it's just a...
Hopefully it jackpots.
Yeah, that too.
Yep, and boy, if anyone had even half of that would be okay, but like we said, I'm looking to start up my all-female Formula One team, and that'll cost $100 from the FIA on the entry fee. And if you're out there lurking, boy, that's just an imagination thing, isn't it? But who doesn't think that would be a good idea? Seriously, an all-female Formula One team. There we go. So someday, 5.5 minutes remaining. I'm just going to keep the thing running until Taylor's old enough to drive, of course. But 5.5 minutes. We could do a Lance Stroll.
I was going to say, how Lawrence Stroll of you there?
Yeah, I know. That's what I want to do. Oh, who wouldn't? Seriously. Someone from South Australia won the Powerball. Ding, 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 ding.
For fuck's sake.
That could very well be Chuck Norris. The scoop, the entire $150 million has gone to South Australia. And boy, if you are listening in South Australia, they could be very well listening to this and have won the $150 million, and they could be a wiener. We have a wiener, ladies and gentlemen, but who is going to be the winner? Well, someone's won the 150 mil, but I know that Jason wouldn't care less about the 150 mil if he can win this race.
Actually, about that, I would love 150 mil.
Yes, I know what I'd do with it, but like I said, a little bit controversial. And but anyway, that's right, I'd be buying that Formula One team, and I could run for probably the first 3 races of the year, and that's about it. But
it'd be a good 3 races.
We certainly would have fun in that paddock club, wouldn't we? And Jason there, still leading. He's talking a little bit, which means which gets me worried, because does that mean a lack of concentration? Not this man. Ooh, Noodles Fantismo'd him right up there, the backside almost there, because he's ducking, he's weaving out from behind. Let's have a look at Hainsey. Hainsey, Figo. Further down the field, we'll keep a look at these battles. Kilroy and Crago. We'll get back to your battle, Jason. Head down, focused. And now look at Chipperton and JJ. They were having a battle. We saw them getting rounded up by the lead duo there a little bit earlier on. But here they are through the Ariande Grande. And there we go. You can see now, oh, I need 50 mil to join Wilco's Driver Academy. Beaky, how many times, mate? It's Wilco with a K, not a C. But there we go. It's great to have your company as Chipperton. JJ, I told you I'd start firing back if you're going to get funny about things, Beaky. Didn't I? I warned you about this. You knew this day was coming. But 37 degrees, track temperature, 29 degrees, air temperature, 15 people watching. Why does it keep telling me that? I don't know why. But Saint Sim there doing whatever he does. Here's Lance Vance from Miami Vice. Nismo there, sideways, Jimbo Jones. Roy Jones Jr. Kilroy, very close with Crago. I know we can't take our cornea balls off that battle. But where is Wilco on the track map there? Stone Harbour says, wins 150 mil. My friends be like, for me. And boy, it was one of the questions I got asked recently, actually, at a work Microsoft Teams meeting. I said, what would you do with the 150 million, Trev? It's like, well, you sure as hell wouldn't know about it. Yes, because I'd be off. And wouldn't be hard to find, though. I'd probably be at Monaco coming up this weekend. That'd be a good start. And then I would be judging, of course, the Paris Fashion Week. But Mrs. B probably wouldn't go down quite that well with Mrs. B. But anyway, there we go. And you just get back to your commentary and cornfields. Oh, smart guy, eh? Children of the Corn there from Beaky. Boy, you can fire those bullets back. And I won't tell you, but there will be signs, says Stone Harbour, when I pull up in my Rari. And there we go, or your Bugatti. And then Stone Harbour would be like, what colour is your Bugatti? And I wouldn't tell anyone there. Matching there, going very Stone Harbour. A little bit of Andrew Tate style there. He'd be rocking up in the Lambo and the Rurry. And there we go. We've got one lap after this one. And boy, this is going to go down to the wire. Like I keep saying it. Now, we don't want to be disappointed here, folks. We've had enough disappointments over the last 3 or 4 years. We had COVID and all that sort of jazz. And we've also had the disappointments of F1 22, 23, and now 24 coming out. So we need something to hold on to out there. Now that EA's taken over the F1 games, I wouldn't tell anyone, but there would be signs. And the signs here are pointing to a magnificent finish. If you're out there lurking and you think, you know what, I might watch the last lap of the race, you join us at a splendid time.
The leader is on the final lap.
Leader is on the final lap. Leader is on the final lap. I cannot take my eyes off this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Hainsey. I didn't mean to hurt you. I can't watch your battle because today I'm watching this Wilco Noodles battle. Anyway, so final lap of the race. Only a few corners to go. Matchin says, send it, Noodles. Send it. Otherwise, there'll be no Bible stories for you tonight. Because Jason doesn't want any damn vegetables here this evening, that's for sure. Through the Grande Curve Ariana for the last time. Oh, Saint Sim, is he going to get busy with this? I don't think he's going to get involved in this, but one more lap. In fact, less than that. 3, 2, 1, 0. Will Noodles make a last lap mistake trying to get past Wilco? He's usually the sort of man that I do not know what is going on. I cannot even look. Someone wake me up when this race ends.
So and finished the race? I did say at the start I was going to pull over and let everyone get points. So.
No, don't you bloody dare. No, what the hell are you talking
I'm only
about?
doing the one race.
Jason, that is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. That's almost as stupid as not putting an extra man back, a spare man back in defence. And here we go. Noodles means business. Someone was almost stationary there. But now is that going to put... Shut up, Jason. And there we
Okay.
go. The last corner is coming up. Hell no, Wilco, says Beaky. And 22 people are watching the final corner on the final lap as they go through the Parabolica for the final time. Is it going to be Noodles? Is it going to be Jason? They're side by side. There is nothing in this. And they bump at the end at 6. Oh, Jesus! Oh, my... It's 0.0006. Holy Scheisenhausen. That is just... I thought it was almost going to be dead even at the end photo finish, but I've forgotten what the hell else is going on. Here's Vibesy. Let's Vibes.
You alright, mate?
Yeah, I think I've done something. Hang on. That's all right. The doctor told me to breathe through this. That's okay. Whew. Wow. Okay, that's all right. We can get this back. We can recover. There's Jimbo Jones. This is incredible, Matt Simmons. I've lost the comments. I can't see what's going on. But this isn't bloody unreal if you don't... 21 people watching it. Let's just... Oh, my... What am I doing? Chuck, what am I doing here? Jesus, I cannot believe the finish to that race. I could live to be 150 and never ever see a finish to a race quite like that. Yeah, I don't care. I'll wake her up. I know it's a school night. Petition for Wilco to come back. Racing full time. I am speechless, says Noodles. Noodles is speechless. I have done some sort of brain aneurysm job up here, big time. Done a good job of it too. Think Trev's done a vessel there. Absolutely insane. But in the end, Jason wins after 1 hour, 33 laps by 0.006. There was a little bit of a bump there at the end. I think that was after you crossed the finish line, though. Was it not?
That's what I'm just checking, because I don't know. It was very close. I'll watch it. I don't know if I turned right. I don't know. But anyway, that was quite intense.
Great racing indeed. What a finish. Congrats everybody involved there. We'll just recap. I can't move anything now, but Mac finishes in first in his class. That's a great effort there from Mac. He was that was a very hard work there from Jimbo. Thank you, Jimbo. I tell you what, Beaky says, great racing, gents. Matty Simmons agree. Wilco back full time. Wilco, the pressure's on. Because that is just the most amazing thing. Like I said, I could live to be 120 and never see anything. I could not believe... I think, I know I'm an old bastard, but I swear, I'm convinced, was it back in the 1960s we had a three-way finish here, which was almost even as well. I think it might be the closest in history. Well, that might have been Senna and Mansell in Spain a few years ago. But my goodness, just recapping, Wilco wins, Noodles second, Mac wins his class as well, Norm on the podium, Hainsey, Sidorg was as high as third at one point, Simon Bishop, but fell a little bit further back in the field. Not sure what happened to him. Willstar, Figo, Nick, and second there for the next class of drivers. Mark, Shawnee, full of vibesy, Sniper, Kilroy. So our winners in class Wilco by the length of a shaved carrot stick. There, Wilco, better driver than commentator, says the comments. Thank you, Beaky. And I tell you what, Beaky, you're going to keep this. I can't stay mad at him, though. That's the problem with him. Jimbo Jones winning, so Nismo not continuing that record of taking the class wins, of course, like he did the last couple of times out. And my screen has frozen. Can I get back to the garage? Yes, I can. There they are.
I've got... You want to know what 6/1000ths of a second looks like? It looks dead even to me because I've just gone on the replay. I'll take a screenshot and send it into the chat, but far out. Do we want to get some guys in for a quick chat? if I'm friends with them? That's the next question.
Yes, we'll... Hang on a second. We'll give them...
I can invite people, but yeah. Noodles.
Yep, we will have a quick... I've just
Who are
lost
the winners of each class? Jimbo.
one second. Timetable. You, Jimbo, and Mac.
We'll get Noodles in too.
I've got to take a picture of that. Where's the screenshot button? That is incredible. 61 minutes, 5 seconds, and then that. Wow. Commentary interviews are coming up. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. And I think because we're on the PlayStation, we've got all that jazz about allowing your voice to be shared. But you know what, Wilco? We're just going to dive in, aren't we, and just try and see what we can do. And
yeah, Voodoo, can you be the one to quickly say yes or no if people don't come through? But I have invited them. There we go. Noodles jumped in. And I've invited Jimbo and Mac, I think, too. But yeah, Trev, take it away.
Wow, Noodles. I tell you what, if you don't need a shower and a towel and a beer and some sort of drying out equipment after that, sorry, I don't know what. That is incredible. Noodles, just talk about that from your perspective. Not just the finish, but the whole race and the battle with Wilco at the front. You left the guys further down the field, but mate, start just with talking about that incredible battle right throughout the race tonight. Fantastic stuff, mate. Well, I'm still trying to just sort of process all of that. But anyway, I think congratulations. Well, not quite. I'm trying to. We were trying to Google just quickly what 6,000ths of a second would look like on a ruler or something. But mate, congratulations nonetheless. Great battle. Thank you for the entertainment as well here this evening, mate. Enjoy your break, and we'll catch you next time out. And nobody can hear Noodles. We're hearing, so nobody can hear any of that. So that's great. But basically, the translation was, it was an extremely sweaty race. My palms are really struggling after that. But overall, it was a fantastic battle with a very high-class driver, and I'm very appreciative to finish in the same company and on the podium. That's great. Fantastic there. And what did Noodles say, said Beaky? Yeah, he was very happy. We'll paraphrase for Simon. He was very happy for himself, very happy for the team. Yeah, the audio is coming through now, through me. But he was very happy, and it was a good race. Not sure why he sounds like Valentino Rossi, but he was very happy overall with the result. And I think that we don't have anybody else with us here to talk to, Wilco. No. Boy, how good's this going?
Yeah, no, it was good fun. It was good to battle Noodles for once, because we obviously play different games. I don't play GT, and I've seen him race in the last few weeks, so yeah, had a bit of fun. My points won't count, so Noodles, that's a win for you anyway, mate. So don't worry about the bump at the end. But no, that was an awesome race. That was good fun, and yeah, we've got 2 weeks off now, but we'll be streaming tomorrow night the pre-quali for the Imola 6-hour. Not this weekend, next weekend. But tomorrow night will be about, I think it's about 11 or 12 cars are trying to make the cut for Split 1. So that will be streaming tomorrow night from 8 PM. It'll be 2 30-minute sessions.
Thank you, Wilco. Thank you for the battle too. Noodles, if you're still there, fantastic stuff. And thank you to everybody for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure. I know we went around last night due to illness, of course, from myself, which is a shame. We missed the GT2s, but the GT3s, boy, did we see some action here this evening. We'll be back tomorrow night, as Wilco said, pre-qualifying. And we will have a PC as well. I'll have a PC as well, which means we'll be able to interact a little bit more. No, you still haven't got one of those. But tomorrow night, pre-qualifying for the Australian New Zealand Endurance Series at Imola from 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Wilco, thank you, my friend. You commentated. You won the you won the race. There's not much you didn't do, but thank you for joining us tonight.
No, it was good fun. Different stream tonight, but yeah, we'll be back tomorrow night with Voodoo in our commentary box as well.
Yes, big shout out to you, Voodoo, for moderating and all that good stuff. Just great banter there as well. But that's all we've got time for. Thank you, Beaky. Absolute pleasure. Thank you to Gino and Guido and everybody who followed us. I've forgotten who you are and I can't see anymore. So thank you. Great night all round. Solid as well. Catch you tomorrow night, lads. We'll catch everybody tomorrow night from 8 p.m. Eastern Time, pre-qualifying for the Endurance Series. Be kind to one another. We'll see you next time. Goodbye for now.